on a good one. I'm working on a good one. Working on a good one. A good one. Put the money on me. Smoking on a good one.
Hey guys, this is Ben, aka Soulmate, bringing you another video. Now this is going to be my first video of what I hope is going to be many in my new segment, which I'm calling Used, Not Abused. Now the whole point of this segment is basically showing that you can buy a really nice used pair of shoes and you don't have to pay the new price for them, and you still get to enjoy all the things about, like specifically I'm going to show Jordans. You can enjoy these shoes, you don't have to pay retail for them if you can find a really nice, gently used pair. And you're willing to compromise things like, slight creasing, maybe a little bit of dirt, things like that. Nothing that's going to really make the shoes unappealing. Some people like them, crisp in the box. They like to show them off. Me, I like to put them on my feet and wear them. So if you already get some of these shoes that have, some minor defects, you're not going to freak out as much about throwing them on your feet and wearing them. So the shoe that I'm going to be featuring today is the first pair of used Jordans that I bought, being my 2012 release Old Royal 10's. Now, personally, I love the 10's. I know a lot of people's hit or miss. They thought they were kind of underdesigned, so forth. That's up for debate. I'm not here to talk about that. More so what I want to show is I have a really, really nice pair of shoes that I'm not afraid to wear. They look great. They're clean, a little creased, but they're awesome. They're great to wear. They're comfortable, and you get to enjoy Jordans for half the price of what they cost new. So I'm going to show the shoe, obviously. I'm going to kind of show the condition that came in the box and so forth. So I'll say right off the bat, I paid $100 for these shoes. They belong to a friend of mine, and there are a couple caveats. One of the laces is a little not in the greatest of shape, but laces can be replaced. It did come with a replacement box. The wrapping paper on the inside is torn up. Kind of some of that stuff. I know a lot of people like the originality of packaging and so forth. I do personally, but is it worth $100 extra to me? Not really. So yeah, I'm gonna basically pull them out. I got them in the box. They're back in my closet right now. I just want to have them, just pull them out of the closet, set them down, show them how they look, and just kind of go through and show you that you can get a really, really nice pair of used shoes for half the price of what they cost new. And as you know, on another note, that it's not even so much just being able to pay retail anymore. It's even having the opportunity to buy some of these shoes new. It used to be that if you wanted to get a pair of shoes, you could wait in line. With the implementation of these lottery systems by Jordan Brand and so forth, it's not even having the money to pay retail. It's like even having the opportunity to get some of these shoes. So they might cost $220 new. Like as we saw with the Cement 4s, really tough to get. But some people are paying $300 online when they came out because they wanted them so bad they couldn't get their hands on them. So, anyways. That's enough of that. I'm going to pull the shoes out of the closet now. We're going to spread them out, take them out of the box, and just kind of show you what we're looking at. So as promised, here's the box with my Old Royal 10's in it. I already alluded to it. It is a replacement box, as you can see right here, for a pair of Jordan 1 Flights, wrong size. My friend screwed up. He didn't realize, how important that the original packaging was. Threw the box away. I knew he bought them new. I knew that they were authentic, so I wasn't really worried about it. So, the box is replacement as well. You'll be able to see the, the wrapping paper in here is kind of torn up. You can kind of see, not in the best of shape, but, I bought this for the shoes, not for the packaging and so forth, because I was planning on wearing these shoes. So, for those of you who have not seen the Old Royal 10's before, I'll go ahead and take them out of the box, but really, in my opinion, I know a lot of people kind of hate on the 10's a little bit because it was, the first return of Jordan from retirement. They say that the shoe was a little too underdesigned. Weren't crazy about it. I couldn't disagree more. I think that the Jordan 10 has a great silhouette. It's handsome. It's really comfortable, and there are some great colorways for it. Now this one, obviously, this doesn't really have anything to do with the Bulls whatsoever. As far as the color goes, but white and blue with a little gray in there, it doesn't really get much better than that. So I guess I'll just kind of show first some of the shoe, the things I like the most about it, and then I'll kind of show some of the defects, obviously this being a used shoe. Now, as I said, white and blue, gorgeous color combination, you really can't argue with that. It's predominantly white, tumbled leather on the upper, on the toe box. Not quite as textured as we've seen in the past with some Jordans as far as tumbled leather goes. It's tumbled, but not quite as extensively, like I said, as we've seen in the past. The outsole is predominantly blue. You have some stealth here as well, of course. For those of you who know about the 10, you have Jordan's accomplishments, through his first 9 years of his career in the NBA, and then, of course, at the top in 1994 saying beyond. I think that's a really cool kind of nod to his accomplishments, of course, being considered the greatest player of all time. Pull tab, stealth, royal blue Jumpman. One of the things that I actually do like about this the most is kind of above the midsole here. This is patent leather here. And it's kind of a nice break between, you have the midsole being blue, and then you have the white coming up as well, and then the tumbled leather. But kind of breaking that up is this just glossy, gorgeous patent leather. Really appealing to me, and I think that gives the shoe a lot of character, in my opinion. Of course, you have this kind of breathable mesh, one of the materials that was used on the 10s. It's predominantly blue, but if you look closely underneath, it's a little tough to see, but there is some stealth underneath it as well. And honestly, probably my favorite part about the design of this shoe is going to be the sock liner with this really cool blue and stealth checker pattern. That, I think, is just really, really cool. Definitely one of my favorite parts about it, and it just keeps the the color synchronized. It's really tasteful, really cool. Of course, you have your Air Jordan Collection sticker on the tongue. The laces are in royal blue. That's about what I have to say about the design of the shoe. I mean, I don't think that there's really too much to tell about it. I pointed out the materials and so forth. But now, as far as this being a used pair of shoes, I paid $100 for these. And granted, it didn't have an original box. There are some defects on it. Nothing, of course, that is unexpected for a pair of shoes that is to be worn on your feet. So, I mean, obviously, every single pair of shoes that you're going to wear, you're going to get toe box creasing. And you can see, I mean, it's noticeable, but it's not bad. And really, as long as you take care of the shoes, it's not going to get any worse than that. Now, I do treat my shoes with a leather conditioner and cleaner, and I am going to do a video on that to kind of demonstrate, but it definitely helps with the creasing. This being a tumbled leather as well can kind of hide that a little bit better. That's honestly probably the worst thing. You have some creasing back here by the heel. You can kind of see, obviously from putting the shoe on, flexing a little bit, from wearing it. I mean, it's noticeable, but is it bad? No, I mean, again, I set the shoes back here. Do these look like they've been beat on? Do these look like they're really worn? No way. For a $100 pair of shoes that are Jordans, authentic Jordans, you can wear them. You're not afraid to crease them a little bit more because they're not in perfect, out-of-the-box, brand-new shape. So that gives you some freedom to wear them, and you get rid of some of that stress of, taking a brand-new pair of shoes and, kind of wearing them a little bit and seeing them get kind of broken in, and they lose that kind of out-of-the-box appearance, which, kind of like with my Laneys, especially with the icy bottom, you're afraid to kind of lose that originality. The top of the tongue is a little rocky. It's a nice nubuck suede, nice material, but suede does crease a little bit. I mean, again, not bad, for a pair of shoes that's worn. I actually didn't even point out too, should be able to see it, that my Jumpman is still intact on my insole. And that's one of the things a lot of people look at too, to kind of gauge how heavily the shoes have been worn. So I mean, that's still there, and that's great. So probably the worst defect in my shoes, which I'm going to show, it's on the left shoe, is this the lace. And you can see this is how it's supposed to look. It's intact. It's brand new basically. And this one, unfortunately, got cracked at the end, and it's fraying. So, one of two things can happen. One, you can just leave it and deal with it and kind of just let it, just progress, maybe do something to try and keep it from getting any worse. Or two, you can replace the laces. Now, obviously, getting OG laces for Jordans is not easy. Usually you have to buy them either from a beater pair or you have to try and get a replica, which, again, that's not easy. But I mean, you know, I've had these shoes for over a year, and it really has not gotten any worse. I've worn these at least 2 dozen times, and it really hasn't gotten any worse. So I'm honestly not worried about it the way I wear these. I don't ball in these. I don't do anything to really beat on them. So wear them casually, not worried about it. Now, actually, just kind of another demonstration of just like how these shoes can absolutely be worn is, I mean, okay, so I'm gonna, you know, I know I showed the sole already, but kind of going from heel to toe, they're a little dirty, no doubt. But the thing is about these, they can be cleaned really, really, really easily. So I like to keep my things clean. If I wear them, whatever, no big deal. I know they can be washed. I'm not wearing them in the rain. I'm not wearing them in the mud. I'm not doing anything abusive to them. I'm just, you know, wearing them every day. They're casual. So I'm not worried about, you know, not being able to clean these. I think it's going to be pretty easy. So that's another thing. Obviously, wear shoes that get dirty. No big deal, as long as you're not abusing them, wearing them in crappy weather, so forth. Another thing too that I was pretty happy about is there has not really been any midsole separation from the upper. You can see there's just a teeny tiny bit right there, and I know it's so hard to notice as it is. That, you know, like I said, I've worn these shoes. One of the things I was worried about is maybe seeing, you know, some of that midsole separation, you know, from the upper of the shoe, and I honestly haven't seen it. But I mean, the stitching on here is still perfect. I mean, along the patent leather, I mean, showing that going from, you know, front to back, you know, beautiful shape. So, you know, that's just showing you. So that's a $100 pair of shoes, and not to mention I've worn these, like I said, about probably at least 2 dozen times. Like, they've seen some miles, they've seen, you know, some wears and so forth, and I mean, obviously they still look like they're in great shape, which is why, you know, I say buy a used pair of Jordans. I mean, there's no reason why you can't enjoy these shoes, and I mean, if you're a person who just likes to keep them in the box brand new, I mean, I can respect that. You know, you like the originality and so forth of the shoe, but for me, I'm happy when they're on my feet. And if you can get a really good deal, you know, half off of what they went for retail, you get a pair of shoes that look great. They almost look brand new. They're clean, obviously, you know, stylish and so forth. You can wear them. You can enjoy them. They're on your feet. So that's just my demonstration of that. Now I'm probably going to use these shoes to demonstrate how I do my leather conditioning, my leather cleaning, as well as kind of doing a sole restoration as far as just cleaning them and just showing how you can get these things basically looking brand new for half the cost. So, Old Royal 10's, pre-owned, $100. So, just for reference. Anyways, there you go. So that is it for Volume 1 of Used Not Abused, featuring my Old Royal 10's. I hope you guys found this video useful, because this was, you know, my first attempt at bringing kind of the perspective of the world of used sneakers. And love or hate the 10's, you know, like I said, some people think they're under-designed or whatever. I personally like them, whatever. But love them or hate them, you cannot deny the fact that I paid pretty much half of what they were new. And, you know, aside from a few minor defects, you know, they're pretty much 90% of what a new pair would be like, you know, out of the box. Now, I understand that people like that out of the box freshness. They like just the brand new shoe, never worn before, and it looks great. But the thing is, it's like, for people like me, and I know there's plenty of you out there too, having shoes like this, we like to wear them. We like to show them off. You know, it's a beautiful day out. You want to throw them on your feet because it's a special occasion to wear a pair of Jordans, and you're not afraid to get them dirty, to see them get creased or anything like that, because they already come with those minor defects that are just going to happen from normal wear and tear. So that's one of the main reasons, besides price, that I really love used, you know, shoes, and in this case, obviously, used Jordans. But I hope in the future that I can buy, you know, more used pairs, you know, shop around and see what I can find, and you know, do another video on it, because, like I said, I mean, this is a great world of sneakers that, you know, some people might not be exploiting because they like that out of the box freshness, and obviously, who doesn't? We all love that, but you're gonna pay a price for it, obviously. And, you know, for those of us who are afraid to see that first speck of dirt get on there, that first creasing across the toe box, and we're really nervous about that, use a pair of shoes. half the cost new, and it already has those defects, so you're not afraid to wear them. So anyways, that's that video. Hopefully I can do more. I'm planning on doing more. As always, thanks for watching. Please check out some of my other videos. The next one I'm planning on putting up is going to be a steal that I got on a brand new pair of Laney 5s, one that I'm really excited to do. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, buttons down below. And as always, we'll see you next time.